The scream pierced the quiet mountain air like a knife. "This dump is an eyesore." Karen's voice, shrill and dripping with disdain, echoed across our peaceful valley. My wife, Lena, and I froze on our cabin porch, coffee mugs in hand, as we watched a woman in a pristine white fur coat and stilettos stomp toward our home. Karen, our new neighbor, had arrived only a week ago, but her reputation for entitlement preceded her. She'd already demanded the community repaint their fences to match her aesthetic. Now, it seemed, our cozy cabin, our sanctuary, was her next target. Karen's tirade grew louder as she waved a petition, her manicured nails glinting in the morning sun. "This shack ruins my view. I'm rallying the neighborhood to tear it down," she declared, her face twisted in a sneer. Lena's grip tightened on her mug, but her voice stayed calm. "Karen, this is our home. You don't get to dictate what stays." Karen laughed, a cold, mocking sound. "Watch me," she said, storming off. That night, we heard whispers of her plan. She was rallying neighbors, claiming our cabin violated some obscure HOA rule. The mouth-wand was clear. Karen wanted control, and our home was in her crosshairs. The next morning, we woke to chaos. Our garden, lovingly tended by Lena, was a wreck. Flower beds trampled, ceramic pots smashed, and hateful words spray-painted across our cabin's wooden walls. "Eyesore. Move." Karen stood at the edge of our property, smirking, her designer handbag swinging as she surveyed her handiwork. But Lena wasn't rattled. She'd spent years as a small-town lawyer, and her calm was a weapon. "You've made a mistake, Karen," she said, her voice steady but edged with steel. Karen scoffed. "You can't touch me. I own half this valley." What Karen didn't know was that Lena had been digging. While Karen was busy rallying neighbors, Lena had combed through property records and HOA bylaws. She discovered Karen's ownership claims were exaggerated, her land purchase was tied up in legal disputes, and her influence was built on bluster. More damning, Lena found security footage from a neighbor's camera showing Karen sneaking onto our property at dawn, spray can in hand. The truth was undeniable. Karen wasn't just a bully, she was a vandal. But there was a twist no one saw coming. As Lena prepared to confront Karen, our quiet neighbor, Mr. Ellis, stepped forward. A retired park ranger with a limp and a soft voice he'd always kept to himself. "I saw her too," he said, holding up his phone. "Caught her on my trail cam, smashing your pots." His footage was crystal clear. Karen, in her fur coat, gleefully destroying our garden. His unexpected testimony shifted the tide, turning Karen's smug confidence into visible panic. Mr. Ellis, the unassuming widower we'd barely spoken to, became our ally, his evidence a dagger to Karen's arrogance. The confrontation came at the next HOA meeting, held in the community hall. Karen arrived in a tailored suit, her chin high, ready to push her petition to demolish our cabin. She spoke first, her voice dripping with faux concern. "This cabin lowers property values. We deserve better." The room murmured, some neighbors swayed by her charisma. Then Lena stood. She didn't raise her voice, she didn't need to. "Karen, you vandalized our home," she said, projecting the security footage on the hall screen. Gasps filled the room as Karen's spray-painting spree played out, followed by Mr. Ellis's trail cam clip of her smashing our pots. Karen's face drained of color. "That's not me," she stammered, but the evidence was ironclad. Lena wasn't done. She held up a document, a warrant for Karen's arrest, filed that morning with the local sheriff for property damage and trespassing. "You thought you could bully us out," Lena said, her voice now a quiet storm. "But you broke the law." The sheriff, who'd been quietly waiting in the back, stepped forward. Karen's bravado crumbled as she realized her game was up. She tried to flee, but the community hall doors were blocked by neighbors, now furious at her deceit. "You lied to us," one shouted. Another tossed her petition into a trash can. Karen, once the queen of the valley, was cornered, her designer heels clicking uselessly as the sheriff cuffed her. Karen's downfall was swift and brutal. Her vandalism charges stuck, and illegal disputes over her land purchases unraveled her empire. The neighborhood, once divided by her charm, united against her. Our cabin, still standing proud, became a symbol of resilience. Lena and I replanted our garden, with Mr. Ellis joining us, his quiet humor a new light in our lives. The valley felt whole again, free of Karen's shadow. In the end, our fight wasn't just about saving our home, it was about standing up to those who think wealth and bluster can crush others. Karen learned the hard way that no one is above accountability. Her screams to raid our cabin were silenced by truth, evidence, and a community that chose justice over fear. We rebuilt, we healed, and we thrived. What do you think? When is it right to stand your ground? And when does a fight become personal? Share your thoughts.